Too hard. Damn. Alright. So to activate that anime thing.
To make it go very bright here, cam, click filters, right click. Now this cam, right click, go to transform, flip, you're gonna not touch, kiss swap. Click OK, and this is what it should look like. Okay. Now before you close the contrast, let's bump it up actually. Nice. I'm gonna go back to the first one. Yeah, that needs more contrast too. There you go. Now it's pretty vibrant. I'm gonna collapse those groups by clicking on a little arrow. I'm gonna bring energy bar and all of that on top of it. Okay, make sure you don't put it inside the groups, don't lose them. There you go. All right, pretty good so far, pretty easy, right? We just added filters to all three of those. Let's click on right cam, go to filters again, and this time we're gonna add a mask. And we're gonna find image mask blend. I know I have a bunch of filters that you don't have. That's fine. That's because I installed a bunch of plugins, basically, just a couple, really. Click OK. Now all you have to do is click browse and go find one of the masks that I'm gonna make available to you. And in this case, we're on the source that's called right cam. So we're gonna close this. It says right. Click OK and copy that filter. Click now, switch filter. Okay. Doesn't matter. However, you want to keep them like that, that's fine, but I like to use my to be flipped. Click a little bit of delay so it's not perfectly in sync like that. So with the group left cam selected, I want to click filters. You put 500 millisecond delay. If it's not, then it's probably StreamFX. StreamFX is the only other plugin that I have installed, right? So now when I move, it's a little bit different. Okay. So it's pretty nice. The other effect that I actually use from StreamFX is to scale it in, but we don't mask and make sure it's all the way at the bottom. So you select it here, click get position, right click that, get transform. Nice. Okay, so if you want to bring them back and do the same thing, basically make sure that we select the right one here. OG, same thing in a little of that scene and that whole scene. Okay, and in that case with StreamerBot, you would turn the scene on, turn everything you do. What I'm gonna do is keep the scene on. Actually, it's the sources that I'm gonna turn off. For our different cameras, it's cool because, well, I can just move them out of the way. So the anime lines is what I need to turn on and off, and all we have to do is turn on the energy bars first, basically.
A whiteboard.
If you choose to switch to the scene, and that's gonna be your transition to that animation, you can use the energy bars, the file, the WebM file as a stinger transition. But I digress. Let's turn that off and let's turn that off. So again, in my actual full screen scene, I'm gonna have anime scene and it's gonna be visible. I'll close that filter window because the names are good enough for me to know what they do. Here comes StreamerBot. Again, if you don't have StreamerBot yet, it's not connected to your Twitch and all of that, go watch a tutorial that I will put in the description. I'll probably put a Nutty's video on it because it's really good, so go check it out. And as you can see, I already have a bunch of stuff that I use for my own stream. And fun fact, I actually use kind of the same technique. I have a separate scene called green screen videos, and when people redeem something with channel points, it just turns a source on.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I am. And then it turns it off. So we're here in action. We're gonna create a new action. Right click, add, and we'll call this one appropriately anime split screen. Group, we're gonna leave that in whatever group you want it to be, and let's click OK. So for me, the first step is turn on the energy bars. So I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna add sub action, and I'm gonna go find OBS, and I'm basically gonna find hey, turn on the source, right? And that's set source visibility state. So which scene you want it from? It's the anime scene. What's the source? It is actually called energy bars. Click OK. Well, actually, you can test it before.
That's set
Love it when
source
everything
visibility
works.
state.
Click OK.
which
So
scene you-
step 1, turn on the energy bars. Step 2 will be trigger those 3 filters that are gonna bring those cameras in. So right click, add sub action, still OBS, and then set scene filter state. Remember, the move transition filter was on a scene, not a source. So set scene filter state. What scene is it? You know what it is. Anime scene, and it's gonna be OG position left. State visible, you can test it. There it is. Nice. All right, since they are so similar, we're gonna duplicate to go faster. Right click, duplicate sub action, double click that bottom one, and just pick the other one. Position mid, visible, test. There we go. I just realized that in my case, I don't need the middle one if I'm not gonna do anything to it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some effects to it. Maybe the face tracking actually, because that's something that I have. My energy bar thing lasts about 4 seconds total. So we're good. Now we're just gonna duplicate these sub actions. Duplicate sub action, it puts it at the bottom. Double click, and I want this to be hidden. You could put toggle, but I don't trust toggle. This assures that every time this plays, at the end of it, everything is where it's supposed to be hidden, right? Right click, duplicate, double click, and this one is not gonna be hidden actually. This one, we just want it to be on the out position because we don't want to hide those. So that was OG position right. Let's put out position right. Nice. Duplicate, double click, out position mid, click OK. Duplicate, double click, out position left. So those states can still be visible. I probably like confused you a little bit. And then for the source visibility state of the energy bars, you can turn that into hidden.
Fairy tale.
Remember when I told you that the move transition is not just position, it's also scale, rotation. So you can make things rotate in and scale out, in and out, you know, just use your imagination. Also tag me on Twitter if you do this. All right, a little anime split screen thing should be good unless I'm forgetting anything. I don't think I am. So let's go to platforms. In my case, it's gonna be Twitch. Channel point rewards, because that's what I want to use to trigger it. And let's click add. Before that, we actually want to hide everything and set it to like the ready position. So that channel point reward would be anime split screen. Cost, I actually want this one to be a lot because it's kind of disruptive. Let's say 5,000. User input not required. You can skip that. Background color, I actually would love to have that be something different. This is all the cooldowns. Global cooldown, you definitely want to have a couple of seconds, at least 20 seconds. I'm not gonna put anything here just so I can just test it. And finally, we're gonna pick which action it's supposed to perform. This is the channel point reward we're creating, by the way. And we want it to perform the anime split screen. Nice, click, okay, congrats. You're gonna have a brand new channel point reward. If I go here, there it is. All right, so what I mentioned is that before we start,
so you just need to add it with channel point rewards and stuff. Do the zoom. Of it. Do a couple more channel rewards and we're in business.